Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this Etheria restart video. So in today's Etheria restart video, we're gonna talk about Dahlia. So Dahlia is one of the tougher early game Anisync Echoes boss right here that most of you guys might have problems dealing with, especially if you're not familiar with the game mechanics. So in today's video, we'll break down how to deal with this boss fight and talk about the different units as well as substitutes you might want to have for this boss fight in general. So without further ado, let's go into the challenge side. So this video is going to be really long because this fight usually drags around like 9 to 15 minutes depending on how strong your units are. We deliberately leveled our units a lot more before recording this video so that we can keep the video length as short as possible. So I will explain the things that I need to explain, and then for the part where I'm just gonna cycle through the whole thing, I'm just gonna fast forward the battle part. Okay, so that's with regards to this video itself. So for this boss fight, let's introduce our units. So we'll be using Lily, our buffer, as well as AoE damage dealer, with the ability to help reset the cooldowns of our Lian skill so that she's able to unleash her AoE skill as soon as possible and as much as possible. So these are the stats as well as the gears. So we have Lian, main damage dealer, full attack. We're just gonna blast the opponent down with Lian. We have Freya. So Freya is amazing for this boss because her second skill has 2 buffs onto all your allies, which will help to remove the parasitic seed, which we'll talk more about later. And she's also able to do AoE damage with the ability to buff attack even more. Then we have Sanya here for the sustain as well as the revive if needed. And last but not least, we have Grey, AoE damage dealer with a crit rate buff. So for this boss fight, the boss will always start with the Death Coil to unleash massive AoE damage as well as do this parasitic seed debuff. So this parasitic seed reduces the HP of your units while healing Dahlia's max HP, so you want to remove it as fast as possible because it becomes really annoying if you leave it on your units. So for this one, you want to keep all your buffs when this skill is on cooldown. Okay guys, so this is Zeep after the recording. So I realized that during the battle I didn't talk too much about the substitute, so I'll take this opportunity to discuss about the different units you can use and what are the mechanics you need for the units. So for Lian's case, just any other DPS, the strongest unit in your team will do. Like in most cases, I think most people should have Lian, and any AoE DPS with pretty good damage should do Lian slot. So Freya's case would be Beyondin. I think Wisher Dorothy is also okay. Any unit with a double buff is a good substitute because like you're basically using these units as 2 buffs to remove the parasitic seed. And for Grey's case, any buffer, debuffer, I think Marvel, Mio, Lily, you know, whatever units that give you that single buff with any debuff or buff for your team, yeah, I think works for Grey's case because like for Grey's case, he's there for the additional DPS and also the crit buff. And yeah, I think any unit that does similar damage with buff will do for his slot. So for Lily's case, speed control unit. So you want like, for example, Chiaki. I think Chiaki is really good because Chiaki consistently gives you an attack buff during her turn. So for the speed control, you can use Chiaki, right? You can use Chiaki as a Grey replacement as well. If you have, for example, Mio and Chiaki, you run Mio and Chiaki over Lily as Grey is also an okay combination as well. So that's for the 2 unit substitutes. And then for Sanya's case, I think any sustain. So for this fight, I think you at least need 1 sustain because of how drawn out this fight is. So any sustain unit that can heal you up consistently, Ling Luo, like Mia for example, is okay. Sanya obviously is your prime choice. If you don't have all these healers like I mentioned, then a Dorothy is okay, and you can obviously use the base version of Chiaki as the healer for this team over here. So that will be the substitute. Let us go back into the battle portion. Let's go. So we're going to start off with our Lily's buff, speed buff. So right here, AoE skill to blast down the summons. So for the summons itself, you either want to AoE them down or burst them down ASAP, or just have enough sustain to deal with the damage from them, and then you deal with the boss while ignoring them. So that's the idea for this boss. But usually, I think if you have Lian, you should be able to sort of keep the numbers to 2 because Lian has AoE. So right here, we're going to use Freya's second skill. So this will give us 2 buffs, and Lian can use the second skill for more damage. So when Grey uses the buff itself, you'll see this debuff disappearing because all our units would have at least received 4 buffs right here. So we're going to use this skill, removes all the parasitic seed, and then we use this skill over here for AoE damage and debuff. So for our Sanya's case, right now, I think we're gonna use this skill on her because we want to give her more HP percentage so that her subsequent heals throughout the battle has more heal values onto other allies. Cause her heal scales off her max HP. So right here, we're gonna cast this skill, drop massive AoE damage and attack buff. So Lien, after being buffed up by Lily, will have the AoE skill right here. So we're gonna push the units back. Okay, nice. Okay, hopefully we bring this down. Nice. Okay. So right now, we are able to remove all the summons right here, as you guys can see. And then we're just going to focus on the boss during this part. Okay. So right now, the boss has around 1 more turn until the Death Coin. So we're going to keep all our buffs before the boss actually uses the Death Coin, because we want to remove the seed ASAP, like I mentioned. So unfortunately, the boss's ultimate, Graceful Predatation, is a massive single target damage with the ability to inflict the same debuff. So for this one, I think we can ignore it because having 4 units with the seed is more annoying than having 1 unit with the seed. So we're just going to keep it on Freya and try to sustain Freya with our Sanya. So we can also keep Sanya's revives for this part so they can increase the max HP. So Freya's a little bit low, but luckily we have Sanya here. So let's keep the HP up. Okay, Lily first skill. So you can see we have all our skills, but we are holding it because we don't want to have no buffs when the boss casts the AoE skill. Okay, so right here we'll keep all our skills. All our skills kept. Okay, the boss healing back quite a bit, which is annoying, unfortunately. I think it's fine. We have Sanya here. So we'll keep our AoE skill as well. So the boss is going to use the Death Coin right here, as you guys can see. So keeping track of the Death Coin cooldown is important. So use the buff now. Hopefully we remove these ASAP. AoE skill. I think for Sanya's case, we might actually need to use Revive onto Grey. Because, yeah, Grey needs to use the crit. And we need to make sure that he doesn't get ticked down. So this should remove all the seeds. Oh, no, we still have the seed on Sanya. But Grey's crit rate up should remove everything. Okay, so that's the second cycle. Basically, that's how you do the boss. So right here, we're going to use this skill. Push back the units a little bit, hopefully. Okay. Okay, I think we should be able to remove all these minions right here. Okay, nice. So for this one, we'll just use Lien onto this guy so that he doesn't cause a problem for us. So for me, my Lien is strong enough to bring all the units down. We're able to cleave all the units down. But if your Lien is not strong enough, as long as you have enough sustain, then you can just leave 1 or 2 on the battlefield before the Death Coin comes online. Because, right, for this skill, she will be able to resummon all of them anyway. So you don't have to kill all of them if you are close to the cooldown. Just keep maybe like 1 or 2 alive to reduce their damage output on your unit so that you have a better chance of surviving. So right here, I think we're just going to repeat the cycle. And if there's nothing, I'm probably going to just speed up this part because we are really close to removing the boss. And dump all our skills before anything comes online. So right here, debuff the boss. So keep all our buffs as usual, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, keep all our units healthy. Okay, sit onto Freya. We're not gonna use our skills here, like I mentioned, because like we want to reduce the impact of the seeds. Okay, so the next turn will be the turn she uses Death Coin right here. Should be okay. Actually, I can use Revive here, to be honest. It's fine. So we are really close because like the boss is really low. We don't want to screw up at this point. Okay, Lily speed buff. 1 buff up. Lien AoE skill. 2 buffs on all our allies. I think for this one, we will remove the seed on our Grey here. So that we reduce the heal during Grey's turn. Okay, because I think we are close to killing the boss already. So yeah, I think we can afford to do that. Oh, unfortunately, the timing of our skills were not on sync on this one. But I think it's fine because the boss is really low, and I think we can focus fire onto the boss. Yeah, so this is the annoying part. So our skill got desynced a little bit, but I think it's fine. Now we're just going to aim the boss, because I think we should have enough sustain at this point. Yeah, so these are like those RNG factors that I talk about, because like you can't time your skills perfectly. So we're going to ignore the gluttony, because like we should have enough damage. Okay, push the boss back. Okay, really, really close stuff. Can we get lucky? Can we get lucky? Come on, come on. Luckily, these guys can't heal the boss. If not, it'll be even more annoying, guys. Yeah, it'll be even more annoying. Bam. Okay, okay. I think this is it. GG. Oh, okay. GG. Okay, so that's pretty much how you do with a boss in general. Like, I think the clear time will be a lot longer if your units are weaker. I think you can clear it easily with 4 stars as well, as long as you follow the mechanics that you need to take note of for this boss fight, right? Such as the parasitic seed, as well as keeping the numbers of the summons to a healthy number, and also saving your buffs to remove the seeds when you see the skill coming. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again in my next Etheria restart video. Bye guys.